many European countries are showing a steady increase in reports of supposed demonic possession. And in this case, the local cops had to get involved.
We're in Poland again, but this story is much more recent. It's New Year's Eve 2022 in the village of Grubsko. 3 local policemen are dispatched to a house after receiving a phone call from a disturbed neighbor who claims to be hearing strange noises coming from within. Supposedly, these monstrous sounds are coming from a 20-year-old woman named Kamilka, who has barricaded herself inside the attic. The police attempt to coax her out as she continues to snarl like some type of ferocious beast.
If there was ever such a thing as a classic demonic possession, this would be it. Clearly, this is somebody who went out of her element, her own personality, and for whatever reason, took on the personality of another.
And while Brooks stresses that this is just a first impression, she says that Poland has become ground zero of sorts in a battle between satanic forces and the religiously devout.
Poland is actually the largest Roman Catholic population in all of Europe. So there's a concentration of exorcists in Poland, about the same number as the whole United States, and yet Poland is only about the size of New Mexico.
Brooks mentions online rumors claim Kamilka had been using a Ouija board with friends earlier that same evening.
There's a very rich and long history associated with the Ouija board. It became known in the early 20th century as something that would be used as portals to other dimensions in which certain entities can then come through. There are story after story of nefarious incidents happening, including but not limited to possession as a result of using a Ouija board.
The Ouija board was originally invented as a parlor game in the late 1800s when many Americans became obsessed with the spiritual idea of communicating with the dead. By the 20th century, it was a tool frequently used by popular occultists like Aleister Crowley. Many experts believe Ouija boards should not be taken lightly.
These things do communicate with spirits. The problem being is that one minute you're talking to your wonderful deceased grandmother, and the next minute you're talking to a demonic spirit.
So could Kamilka have accidentally opened the door to an evil entity? And could that explain how a 20-year-old girl can make these inhuman sounds?
Something negative got to this woman. Something scared her so badly she lost her mind. Might have even become possessed.
With more than 150 exorcists currently working in Poland, the practice has become so popular that the Catholic Church has approved plans for an exorcism center in the country's city of Katowice. It's described as a place where priests will be able to hone and perfect their exorcism skills. So are we witnessing an actual case of demonic possession in this video? Or is there something else going on? We turn to our experts.
As we did in our other investigations into demonic possession, we checked in with our forensic audio analyst to see if these sounds were even human.
For a normal speech sound or even somebody yelling, we expect that the fundamental frequency is probably in the range of perhaps 200 hertz, 250 hertz. But with this growl sound, there's a lot of energy right around 1,000 hertz.
So does that mean these vocalizations are truly inhuman? Not necessarily.
If we look at a recording that has been made of a voice actor, we see again that we have this energy located in the spectrum up at around 1,000 hertz, which is what we also heard in the sound from the recording scene. So it's plausible that a human being would be able to make that shriek sound.
Okay, so nothing inhuman about these sounds. Psychiatrist and demonic possession expert Richard Gallagher is also conflicted on this being real evidence of an actual possession.
There is some suggestive sign that that's a possibility, but you'd need a lot more evidence. I would want to know much more about this woman's background. interview people who know her and find out more about her history. Almost all the time, if you get all the facts of the case, you can make a discernment one way or the other.
And while many of the facts remain shrouded in mystery, authorities confirmed that the woman in this video was eventually checked into a hospital.
Whenever a young person presents to the hospital with bizarre behavior, illicit drug use has to be high up on your list of differentials. It's not uncommon for people to be like this in hospital. If we were to witness that in the emergency department, it wouldn't even be the most crazy story of the week. I think this footage conjures up the idea of a horror movie. But based on the limited evidence, there's no clear understanding of exactly what's gone on here.
Our verdict? We're saying this is unexplained. On one hand, this video doesn't satisfy any of the verifiable signs of possession, according to our experts. Yet when we dug further, the authorities refused to elaborate, rather than just debunking it, which seems odd to some. So as of today, Camille's story is still an open case.